Telling Your Story is an inclusive view of the people around us who share the same dreams and goals but face different challenges moving forward. We hope you come away from each show inspired. Keep watching for this episode of Telling Your Story with Terrel and Nick, coming up next. Hello and welcome to Telling Your Story with Terrel and Nick. We're so glad you tuned in to watch. I'm Nick.
I'm Terrel.
And we are your co-hosts. We have an amazing Montgomery County resident here on the show today.
Yes, he put the cool in jazz.
You got that right, Terrel. We have jazz musician David G. He is in the house today. Welcome, David.
Thank you for having me in the show.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for taking time out and coming to our show.
You're welcome.
So, David, can you share with Terrel and I, where did your story begin?
My story began when I was born. I come from a musical background, my musical family background. My grandfather, my great-great-grandfather, my uncles, my aunts, all musicians. I belong to the sixth generation of musicians. And I learned how to talk, how to communicate, how to write, how to advocate for myself because of the lovely family I have, musical family. And I am grateful enough to have such a wonderful family whose backgrounds musicians. And I truly treasure those things in my life.
That's wonderful, and that's incredible to have that kind of support. And I understand, David, that you were able to connect to language through listening to music. Can you talk a little bit about how music helped you develop your language skills?
For example, I will associate my mother will make some things and to show me how to do write the alphabet, how to learn the alphabet, how to learn the math, how to learn my skills and communicating skills by associating the numbers and the names by the songs that I hear.
Wow, that's incredible. Can you talk a little bit about your actual love for the saxophone?
Yes. I am a one-wind instrument. I started playing the flute. Then I started playing the clarinet, and finally I decided that the saxophone is my best instrument so far. So I stick with the saxophone.
Wow, it sounds like a lot of commitment and hard work, I can imagine, on your part.
Yes.
How old were you when you learned the flute?
I was in the high school, during my high school years. I started in the program, special ed program. Here they have, I was able to graduate. They have all the program until I was 21 years old.
Okay.
I heard a little bit about Montgomery College have concert. So tell me more about it. I just heard they have concert. What's going on with that?
Well, the concerts are free for the public.
Right.
Anybody can come to the concerts. We have one for the spring, the fall, and the summer.
Wow.
And anybody is welcome.
And
Okay.
David, is this through the Montgomery College Jazz Ensemble program?
Yes, that's correct. Professor Alvin Trask, he's the
Right.
person who coordinates all the artists who
Right.
come to the performance. Sometimes he shows us an example of when we graduate from the Montgomery College to go to a four-year college, how other musicians can be inspiring to the students to pursue their dreams and their goals.
Wow.
After we graduated for the two-year program. So he hires
Nice.
the best musicians to come to campus to give us free concerts. And that's, I think, is magnificent.
You said free concert?
Yes.
You're kidding. Free concert?
Yes.
Tell me more.
Well, anybody who can, any Montgomery County resident is welcome to come. Usually the concerts are in the evening. It's from 7:30
Right.
around 8 o'clock.
Okay.
But sometimes it lasts a little bit longer because Professor Trask always like to have extra songs at the end of concerts. So
Wow.
sometimes the concert, instead of 8 o'clock, it lasts until 9:15, 9:30.
Wow.
But most of the times, other concerts are usually 7:30, 8 o'clock, 7:30 until 8 o'clock.
Wow.
So, David, this is an inclusive jazz ensemble.
Correct. And that's what I am most grateful for, because it doesn't matter what kind of disability you have.
Right.
Everybody treats you as a family. For example, the very moment I start the program,
Yeah.
nobody was able to judge me the way I walk or the way I talk. I was feeling like I was part of the family.
Wow. Yes.
I didn't feel like a stranger.
Right. I got what
So-
you're talking about.
I encourage other people to lead by example,
Right.
and hopefully by next semester or the following semester, more people can join the music program.
Right.
And don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of your disability.
So are they gonna do they allow guitar players? I'm a guitar player.
Sure, you are welcome to come.
They can?
Yes.
Fantastic.
amazing.
I know. I know. And I love what you were saying about how it's really been an inclusive experience, a welcoming place for you. And I love that you're encouraging other people who might be watching the show today to not be afraid, to not let whatever they feel like they have, like you said, if there's a disability, a physical challenge, anything stand in their way to becoming part of that ensemble.
That's true. Don't let your disability be a limitation. Instead, be an endless possibilities. Montgomery College is endless possibilities. And that plus, the great thing about Montgomery College is the tuition to enter the program compared to other colleges is much cheaper. Because I hear Professor Alvin Trask told me to make a comparison or to pay the tuition for other colleges, the Montgomery College is the best fit for me. So because the tuition is lower, the classes you pay less for the classes to register. So That's the best program.
So, David, I have a question for you. Maybe you will be interested to hear it about it. My brother was a trumpet player for a long time. Should I tell him to join too?
Yes, like I said, everyone is welcome.
All right.
Please register for next semester.
Okay.
That's awesome. And you know, you
I
said
will
something.
think about it, David.
That's great. You got to fit it into your busy schedule.
Yes.
And you mentioned too, David, that you felt that it was very important for individuals with intellectual differences or physical challenges to recognize the limitless possibilities. And I know that you brought your saxophone today to share some music with us. And the 3 songs you have of course one from Greece, which is always fun. Terrell and I love musicals.
Yep.
And then of course some Alicia Keys, which we love. But you also have The Impossible Dream, so Don Quixote from Man of La Mancha. Can you share with Terrell and I, why is that song so special to you, playing sax on that song?
Because the Man of La Mancha, The Impossible Dream, is an inspiration song, not only for us, but to everybody, to be inspired to live, seize the moment, live your life in the present, and to continue thriving, and no matter what limitations you have.
Yeah.
That's the same thing in the music or sports.
Yeah.
That's right, that's
Very
right. And
true.
you also play sports, I understand.
Yes, I am a part of the Special Olympics program.
That's wonderful. What's your favorite sport at Special Olympics?
My favorite is swimming.
Oh,
Swimming.
excellent.
That's
Do you have a
great.
certain stroke that you prefer?
My favorite is the backstroke.
Excellent.
Yeah, backstroke. I like backstroke.
That's wonderful.
I also have something great to share. Terrel and I do sailing during the month of May and June.
You guys are on the sailing team together at Special Olympics. That's
Yes.
fantastic.
Yes, that's true.
How do you fit all of this into your schedule?
I manage my schedule very carefully, and I make sure it doesn't interfere with my other activities.
Excellent, excellent. So you're
That
able to
sounds
find time to do all of the different things that you love.
Plus, it's recreational.
That's true, and it's
That's
good to
true.
have fun. Terrell and I
That-
always talk about that. It's
That's
very good to
true.
have fun.
It's great to have fun.
Well, let's go ahead. Why don't we have him play some songs for us?
That's a good idea. Play on.
That was incredible.
That was awesome,
David,
David.
you're amazing. David, do you have, I'm sure it must be hard to pick one, but is there one favorite song that you love to play, or a genre type of songs?
I like to play bebop and the blues.
Nice.
And
Wow,
the reason I
nice.
choose the
That's
bebop
pretty.
and the blues is because you get to express yourself in the sense that when you do the improvisation, when it comes to the improvisation, you get to be inspired to, in the same lead of the song, you get to inspire to do the nice things, arrangement, along with the arrangement of the song, you get to do cool things and do your own thing and make it sound very, very nice.
It's a lot of confidence
Yes.
in being able to do that.
Yes.
And I understand you actually also went to Montgomery College as a student. Can you talk a little bit about that for us?
Sure.
And also your mom. I would like to hear about her.
Yes, your mom is amazing.
Yeah, she is awesome.
I am very grateful for my mom for making a decision for me to come to the United States because she was brave in the attempt for making the decision to come for me to find better opportunities here in the United States, such as having an operation and also having education, because back then in my country, after you finish the 6th grade, there was no more education for me.
Wow, do you
So,
hear that?
I am very grateful for my mom for making that brave decision to come to the United States with me and my sisters, and later on my father came.
Wow.
Okay.
And so
Great.
you fulfilled that, the beginning of that education for college at Montgomery College. Did you start out taking credit classes there?
No, I start taking non-credit classes.
Oh.
It's a famous program called the GTP program,
Oh,
the
yes.
Graduate Transition Program.
Yes, excellent.
And that's how I met Professor Trust by my teacher, the person in charge of the program, Carla Neighbors and Jill Dorvan. They introduced me to Professor Trust. They said it will be a great fit for me.
And they were right.
Yes, very right. Very right. Yes.
So where do you see yourself in 10 years?
I see myself finishing my studies at the college, at Montgomery College, and be transferring to a 4-year college, and then having a paid job and having my own apartment.
All right. Oh, like me actually, right?
Yes.
Right.
All right. Thumbs up for that. Yes.
Living independently is pretty cool, right?
Yes, that's true. Yes, that's true.
And Terrell, I know you strum on the guitar. So,
Yes.
yeah. So maybe you guys could get together.
Yes, Terrell,
Yeah.
I invite you to come we can do some jamming together.
Yeah. I'm down with that. How about you, David?
Yes, just give me a phone call and we set up a date.
All right. All
That
right.
sounds
Great.
awesome.
Great.
And David, if you could give some advice to music teachers who might be watching this show, what would you tell them if there was a child at school who may have a special need but wanted to play an instrument? What would you share?
I will share that believe in your students, give them the motivation to continue your studies, have a strong belief that they have capabilities to actually do it, and they actually can do music. You actually can do music, and that inspire other students to join the Montgomery College. My professor believed in me, and I want other professors to do the same.
Well, clearly that support of Professor Trask has made a huge difference for you.
Yes, it does. Professor Trask also told me that he has a teaching degree in teaching special needs. So that was also part of where I am in the program right now, because he has a background in teaching kids with special needs.
That's wonderful. I know that, and you had said earlier to Terrell and I that sometimes the music is hard, and he really
pushes us to go forward.
Yeah.
And
and
never give up, and seizing the moment at the present time.
That's great. And it sounds like you've got support of your family as well. And now we know that these concerts are free.
Yeah,
Yes.
free.
Which is fabulous.
Yeah,
if you're a
so
Montgomery
true.
County resident, they happen 3 times a year, which is fantastic. So you
Yes.
can go see this incredible jazz ensemble.
My classmates are very supportive of me, and we support each other at the concerts.
That's wonderful. Well, I loved how you
Right.
said, and I know you think about this with theater, that it's like a family. You're working so incredibly intensely sometimes
Right.
together on a piece of music or a play or a project that
Yeah.
you really depend on each other, need to trust each other,
Yes,
just like in a family. So it's
Correct.
just
Yeah,
wonderful that
me
they
too.
have that there at Montgomery College.
please go, if you want to learn more information, please go to www.montgomerycollege.edu/Professor Alvin Trask.
Absolutely,
we should do
absolutely. We
that.
will definitely do that. David, if you could sum up what it feels like when you're playing the sax in one word, what would that word be for you?
Encouragement and passion.
Oh, that is a strong word.
I know.
Remember that, okay?
We love both those words.
Yes, that's true. We do.
Well, that's all the time we have on Telling Your Story with Terrell and Nick. Thanks for joining us. And thank you to David G. for joining us today and sharing his inspiring story about the power of truly following your passion. You're doing amazing things, David, and Terrell and I look forward to
Right.
hearing all about it. Hopefully you'll remember us when you win your first Grammy.
Yeah, don't forget don't forget that, okay? Remember us.
Yes, I will keep you in my email list.
All right,
Thank you.
great.
Thank you.
Great.
And remember,
Great,
to
David.
learn more about the Montgomery College Jazz Ensemble, as David said, please visit www.montgomerycollege.edu, Professor Alvin Trask. And remember,
Keep moving forward.
wherever you are in your life, and David, we should always keep moving forward to the beat of our own saxophone.
Sax. Yeah, sax.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us. See you next time.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.